Thank you to join this important forum on food wastage in Malaysia. This issue has significant implications for our environment, economy, and society. According to SW Corp, Malaysians waste about 70,000 tons of food daily, and during festival seasons, this number is increases by 15 to 20%. It's alarming to think that such waste happen while so many people struggle with food insecurity. Today, we explore these causes of food wastage, its impact, and practical solutions. To start, Alvin, could you share your thoughts on why food wastage is such a prevalent problem in Malaysia?
Okay. Mhm. Okay, thank you, Tai. The one of the main reason for good for food wastage is over purchasing. Many people, especially during the festival season, they tend to buy so many food that they actually don't need. As a result, a lot of food end up uneaten and is discarded. Additionally, restaurant and the supermarket contribute to this issue by the throwing away the perfectly edible food due to the aesthetic standard or exceed stock. The scale of the waste is shocking, like 17,000 tonnes daily, as you mentioned it.
Yeah, that's staggering figure, Alvin. It's clear that over-purchasing and food industry practice play significant roles. Aidan, from your perspective, what's, what other factors contribute to food wastage, and why do you think this problem persists despite some awareness?
I completely agree with Alvin that over-purchasing is a major issue. However, I also point to the lack of awareness among Malaysia about the environment and social impacts of food waste. Many people don't realize that food waste contribute to greenhouse gas emissions, especially maintenance, which accelerated climate change. It is not just the food itself that waste, but also the resource used to produce it, like water, energy, and lands. While some awareness exists, studies should there's still a gap when it comes to taking actions.
Yeah, that's an excellent point, Aidan. It seems like education and awareness could play a huge role in addressing this issue. Alvin, since over purchases is such a common problem, what practical steps can individuals take to avoid buying more than they need?
Okay. Uh, they are have a several step that can people take Thai. For one, families should plan their meal and create a shopping list to avoid impulsive buying. It's a small step that can make a big difference. Supermarket also can help by offering the discount on the nearing expired product to encourage consumption before the food goes bad. And we as a consumer should embrace ugly fruit and vegetable which are often uh wasted just because they don't look perfect. Okay.
Hmm, those are great suggestions, Alvin. Aidan, let's talk about rising awareness. What strategies could be used to make people more conscious of their food consumption habits?
I think the public awareness campaign are essentials. Social media social media can be used to share practical tips on reducing food waste and creative way to repurpose leftovers. School also can play a critical role by teaching the children about the value of food and sustainable practice. Addition, Additionally, NGOs and local governments could collaborate on community events like workshops on composting and food preservation techniques.
Those are excellent ideas, Aidan. Social media and education can definitely make a difference in changing mindsets. Now, let's shift to the role of businesses and the government. Alvin, do you think do you think businesses in the food industry has a role to play in reducing food wastage?
Absolutely, Thai. Uh, businesses can have a huge impact. A restaurant and a supermarket can donate surplus food to food banks and charity instead of discarding it. Uh, to encourage this, the government could introduce tax in incentive for the businesses that actively participate in food donation program. And this not only to reduces the waste but also help address food insecurity in our community.
Yeah, I see. In your perspective, this in economic ways, this is a great suggestion, Alvin. Aidan, on the government side, what specific policies or actions do you think could efficiently address food wastage?
I think the government has a crucial role to play. For instance, they could implement a food waste penalty system similarly similar to what South Korea has do it. In South Korea, business and households are charged based on the amount of food waste that generated, which encourage them to reduce waste. Malaysia's government could also introduce stricter regulations on food disposals and also provide grants to NGOs working on food distributions program.
I see. This is a powerful example, Aidan. Alvin, do you think there are other government-led initiatives that Malaysia could adopt to tackle this issue?
Yes, Thai. The government could found could fund research into the technologies that extend that shelf a life of food and create a public campaign highlighting the economy and the environmental impact of food wastage. Uh, and then they also could collaborate with the NGO to establish efficient food re- redistribution network to ensure access food reach those in need.
Good point, Alvin. The collaborative between non-government organizations and government can make the food distribution for more efficient and ensure the food is not waste in the way. These are excellent suggestions, Alvin. Aidan, do you have any additional recommendation for how the government could engage consumer in reduce food wastage?
Yes, I have one idea is to provide incentive for households that compose organized waste. The government could also issue clear guidelines on portion size of both households and business, reducing the likelihood of over preparing food. Um, awareness awareness campaign at the community level could further engage people in adopting sustainable habits.
Yeah, the habits is a big influence for the households and the consumers. This, those are fantastic idea. Aidan, as we approach the end of our discussion, I'd like to hear your final thoughts, Alvin. What message would you like to leave for our audience about reducing food wastage?
Okay, my key message uh, is that everyone has a role to play by planning the meal, supporting the food donation programs, and valuing all kind of product. We can make a significant impact. And to reducing the food wastage, is it just good for the environment? It's a moral responsibility.
Thank you, Alvin, for emphasizing shared responsibility. Aidan, any closing words on this issue?
I just like to stress the importance of education and collaborations. If individuals, business, and the government work together, we can significantly reduce food waste and harmful effect on our planet and society.
Thank you, Alvin and Aidan, for your thoughtful insights between government and non-government collaborative and also how the consumers to constrain their behavior. It's clear that reducing food wastage requires a collective effort and a multi-factor approach. And also, we can in education, policy changes, and collaborative initiatives are the key to driving meaningful changes. And also, this whole human to collaboration to avoid the food wastage in our Oh, on that note, I'd like to thank everyone for joining this forum. Let's all let's all commit to taking actions in our own ways to reduce food waste and contribute to more sustainable future.
Okay, thank you guys. It was a pleasure to give my point also. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.